Former Cranes midfielder Sulaiman Mutyaba has rubbished as the diversion the list released by Fufa last week, purporting to have paid Cranes players dues. Speaking to journalists today, Mutyaba also revealed that he has registered a complaint of mismanagement of government funds with the State House Anti-Corruption Unit headed by Colonel Edith Nakalema.
The Federation recently published a list trying to divert us, or footballers, or the money we are demanding. But we are still focused on the 1.2 billion shilling that we are demanding from the Federation of Uganda, the Federation of Uganda Football Association. That money is supposed to be paid to each player. That is, the government releases 50 million shilling every month. They're supposed to be paid to Uganda Cranes player per month. Today, players are demanding for 24 months. Those are 2 years without payment.
Mutyaba says this fight is not his idea, and neither is he fighting it alone. However, as history suggests, active players, for fear of being victimized and kicked off the national team, choose to always keep quiet rather than shake the table. Brian Majwega is a classic example of what happens when an active player decides to speak out. He was promptly frozen out of the national team setup.
Footballers are under a very big cage. But if I could open up my phone, show you messages that I chat with footballers, audios that I have with footballers, nobody is going to come out. Nobody is going to bring out his face because they have been intimidated by the federation so many times. It is hard to find a footballer coming up to claim for his. I think we are all aware as Ugandans, from the clubs, junior leagues, national team, nobody claims for money, for payments.
Current Fufa President Moses Magogo is also a Member of Parliament for Budiope East and is currently in Chankwanzi at the NRM retreat. Mutyaba says Magogo's attempt to conflate football with politics will have dire consequences.
I don't know how it is possible to be a football leader as well as being in the NRM retreat. I think that is very wrong. If football matters arises today, and the president of the federation is in the retreat, I think this is very wrong. And we need a leader that will lead football as it is. We don't need to mix football and politics.
Meanwhile, Mutyaba says the fight for players' welfare won't end with Fufa. He adds that players' welfare at all levels must be decisively addressed.
Players, and they take years without paying them their monthly wages.
Felix Manyindo, NTV Sport.